Hey guys, I'm hanging out with Elk Grove today, and we're talking about a bunch of stuff that they got coming up. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
My name's Cody, and I play drums in the band and sing.
My name's Matt, and I play guitar and sing.
And my name's David, and I'm just a little nobody.
Oh, we're still good.
How's it going, guys?
It's good. It's good. It's really good.
It's nice to be here with you. I feel like I haven't seen you guys in a while. You guys been busy?
Yeah.
Been busy working on some things.
What have you guys been up to?
Go ahead, Matt.
Oh, we've been recording our album, and finally done, and we're excited to announce a release for it.
That's awesome. What's it called?
Dreamer.
Dreamer.
Yeah, it's the
That's
Dreamer
cool.
EP.
Yeah.
It's another EP. It's 5 songs.
Cool.
Yeah, we wrote these songs over the time of me actually moving out of town.
Okay.
So it was actually us kind of learning how to function over communicating, like on the internet and stuff like that, and like just sending stuff back and forth through Dropbox and stuff like that. So
like a new process,
Everything,
the
yeah.
way that it's written, just
Definitely.
everything about it is something that you guys hadn't done before.
Yeah. This was much more of a challenge. Just writing songs together was totally different when we could sit in the same room and actually come up with our ideas right there. It felt a little more organic, or whatever you want to call it, but this way was a little bit more like, we had to come up with a little bit bigger idea before we could send it, as opposed to like, hey, I got, a small idea, I got some lyrics, I got a riff or whatever, and then send it over. It was something where we felt we had to kind of construct it a little more and then send it to the other person. But we're stoked that it's finally about to be done and put it out.
especially too, like when you have an idea of something that you want to put into a song, synergy is the word that comes to my mind when I think about, like, oh, Cody, like, do you feel this, like,
right,
when I play it like this, like, do I feel the way you do when you play the drums for that part, for like this or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's really how Pale Blue came about, was like very emotional, like in a studio setting where we were able to play the songs over and over and over again,
right,
and like kind of like feel the emotion back and forth and be like, this is right, this is where the song flows to. We looked at it more of a left brain way of writing these songs, which was a lot harder because neither of us are left brain. Like,
yeah, it takes a lot of foresight to be able to put something like that together. But I think, at least the perspective that I have in knowing you guys for like the last few years and kind of working on music together, you guys know each other really well, and both in music and out of the music. Like, you've spent a lot of time together, and I feel like if you have that kind of relationship, it makes working together like that, so much easier. Like, if you didn't have that same connection, it would be harder to bridge the gap of distance.
Yeah.
But you guys have already established, like, I'm sure when you send Cody something, you already know somewhat the direction he's going to take it. And same with you, with Matt, right? And so it causes there to be kind of like a little bit of anticipation in knowing, the art style.
Yeah.
it's like asking a girl out over the internet. Hey, do you like me? And then you just kind of like sit there and wait for a response. Like,
But it's a girl that you know. It's like asking one of your
Yeah.
old friends, like
Hold
a
on.
girl that you've known
Am I
for
the
a
girl
long
in this situation?
You're the girl, Cody.
Let's just move on from that analogy. It's okay. We don't have to talk about it.
So Cody's just like he's just a glorified Tinder date.
Yeah, but I'm like 5
I'd say
stars.
Bumble, because like I've
Oh,
been-
okay, Bumble. Okay,
Yeah,
he's
more-
top tier.
Yeah.
I got you.
What is Bumble?
Huh?
It's so you guys worked on the you guys put this album together. Pretty organically. You did it all. It's all self-made. You worked with Landon from Riverboy and Thomas from Silent Planet.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And you guys did it all at Landon's.
Yeah.
All of it.
Yeah.
Even the
whole-
drums.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything. Yeah.
Actually-
it was fun. But
It started because like the drums were set up
Yeah.
in his house, and like the songs were like structurally written, but like any kind of writing on top of like the skeleton was not there, and which kind of like gave us a whole like we need to do this now and just lay down the structure and then finish the songs later, which is the worst way to go about writing a record. We found
they hate us now.
Yeah, they hate
don't
us
like
so
us
much.
Anymore. But the reason I was so adamant about like doing it was because I know that sometimes you need to light a fire and get the ball rolling, and that was definitely incentive to finish these songs. And I'm glad we did that because they're done now and we can put something out, and that's what we need to do. But like Matt said, the drums were set up and I saw the opportunity and I said, let's just do it. Let's just go for it.
Yeah.
You know, that they're already set up. It's all mic'd. They have all the gear. We can do this.
Because you were in there originally to help Landon with his stuff, right? Like you were tracking drums for some of Landon's Riverboy stuff.
Yeah, we did.
And then you were like, "Hey, it's set up. We might as well just track some more."
Yeah, it started as, "Hey, can we record a single? Since you have the drums set up already, we have a couple songs that we can choose from." And then as that day got closer, I said, "Well, we could do more than one song." And then I kind of looked at Matt and said, well, we need to come up with like one more song. We had 3 or 4 songs that we were working with, and so that's when we really said, okay, let's just do this, and fingers crossed, hopefully we'll get it done.
And we're notorious for writing basically beginnings of songs and just never finishing them, because like we'll get to a point and then be like, well, what about this song? And then we'll come up with a different idea and then just abandon it. And so I think that this was almost us being like, okay, we have an opportunity, there's people willing to work with us, like ready to go, and we need to jump on it right now and like make a decision and walk in that decision and move forward. Yeah. And I think the end result has actually, like, it blew my mind, you know what I mean, for a DIY situation with you know what I mean, like friends of ours and stuff, like just so talented too. Like Landon has done an incredible job. Tommy has done an incredible job. Like we're so stoked to be working with those dudes. It's
and
really,
they've been
really cool.
Very gracious. Throughout this whole process, because they've been the most patient. You know, as we've been like, hey, we have a different idea, or we need to go back and redo something, and that has happened, you know, several times where we just want to make the best music that we can, and having people that go like, all right, then let's do it, because they're committed to making good music. That's their main priority. That's their main goal. It doesn't, you know, they just want to make good music, and that's something that we appreciate a lot. So.
Yeah, and those are the people that, like, as artists, that we want to be working with, is people that are really passionate about what we're passionate about, you know, because there's commonality in that, and like we can find, like, I guess, like a wavelength to ride, you know, like just we can kind of meet each other at that place and really truly be creative, you know, and yeah, there's pressure, but like pressure creates diamonds, right? Like we kind of need that pressure, like what you guys are talking about with like
wisdom,
like having to finish these songs. It's like you're put in a situation where it's like now or never, right? And I feel like a lot of times we need that as artists to actually complete, you know, our art. We need someone to push us and say like, hey, like, get your act together. That's awesome. And Landon is like, he is such a hard worker. Like, and the music, like every time that I go over to his house, he's got like 2 or 3 new songs, and he's working on something currently. And like, he's helping out this person with this song and this song, you know, this other song, and Thomas is always out on the road, and it's like, you want to stay busy. All right, so what are you guys planning? Like, what you got coming down the pipe? You guys are putting out the record on December 25th, Christmas Day.
Christmas Day. Yeah, we hadn't said that yet, but yeah. EP coming out December 25th. Yay.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. That along with the EP, we're having some new merch, you know, new T-shirts and some things that people can check out, and we are looking to go on tour early 2018, maybe February or March, sometime around then.
Cool. West Coast.
So so far we've done 2 tours. One was 1 week long, one was 2 weeks long, and they've both been on the West Coast. I think the farthest that we went was Utah, or no,
I mean, inland,
we're supposed to
we were
go
in
up to
Utah.
Montana, but we
that
didn't
would
go
have been
to
the
Montana.
furthest. But I think that what we want to kind of highlight is continuity with the same places that we went and played for, and the people that we met.
Yeah.
I think that's a lost art is creating a follow up with those same people, and remembering people's names and being like, hey, I remember like when we talked, and like that means a lot to people, and I
building
think that
relationships. It's so important. Yeah.
Because I mean, like think about your hometown, like your local shows are always the biggest, and I'm like, what if it was like that everywhere? You know what I mean? Like, what if it was like that? Like, this is our band from our town, but they just don't live here. You know what I mean? Like,
right. It's like gardening. You know, like everywhere you go, you're like planting little seeds. You know, and you have to go back and water them, or else they're just gonna die. You know, and you want to like you want to build a little garden across everywhere you go, and build a little green pathway for yourself to like go back and like say, hey, like I know you, I've spent time with you, like we have friends, like you're building fans, but you're also building a network of friends, you know, and when it's all said and done and the music stops and you know you're out off the stage, you know, and everything, the people that are going to stick around are the friends, you know,
totally.
and that's what matters. And so I think that's really important, and I'm glad you guys are taking that approach, because the personal approach is so effective in like really bringing the true, like the honesty of your music to people.
Right.
As far as you know where we would like to go, we'd like to do again that West Coast, but we would actually like realistically we would like to do southern states, and that'll probably finish us up in 2018.
Cool.
But tour, you know what I mean? We want to hit the road, and then we've been planning to do an LP for a while now, and a lot of stuff has to come together for that, so I think we're looking at being at the cusp of being ready for that, and so those are plans, you know what I mean, dreams and stuff. We'd love to cover the whole of US, like absolutely, but we gotta take baby steps and go one thing at a time.
I think you guys would do really well on the East Coast, because I know just from people that I've talked to about the scene on the East Coast, it's a lot more like heavy friendly, and I think even though you guys aren't like a metal band or like whatever, you guys have elements of that, of like heavier music, like with some of the vocals and some of the drums and guitar stuff. And I feel like there's definitely an audience that is like longing for that, because a lot of the music nowadays is heading a little bit more soft, which is great. That's awesome. But you got to have the variety is important, and I think you guys bring a really good mix of both like dreamy ambient music and also like kind of heavier undertones. So.
I like to classify it like we're just like teenagers that never grew up. You know what I mean? We just have this like angst in us, and we found that really like we connected well with the guys in Lost Things on that as well, because they have that same heart. Because like a lot of music is getting like a lot softer, and dude, as I get older, you know what I mean, like I mature and like I just want to chill out for a little bit, and I think that we want to keep that in our music because we want it to be listenable, absolutely, but live and all that kind of stuff, we definitely get like amped, and we want to put on a show and have some fun and jump around, and so teenagers.
So what's the direction that you see the music going? Like, just talking about kind of your sound and like what you guys have put out, where you guys have been, where do you see yourself going? Where is this record a standalone? Is it a step, to the next level of like the direction you guys are headed, or what do you feel? Is it something that you're just not really sure? It'll come when it comes, or do you have an idea of like the direction you want to take your music?
That's a good question. It always feels hard to classify it. Like Matt said, it's I would say that Matt has a tendency to write things that are a little more smooth and listenable. I have a tendency to write something that's a little more drivey and rockin', I guess, that I could say. And it's like learning how to blend those two things together. And so I don't know that I can necessarily classify it, but I definitely think that with some of these songs we are getting closer to finding the right groove for the balance between those two things. Every time we write a song, I feel like Matt has some ideas, I'll have some ideas, they butt heads sometimes, and then other times they work in a way that we're just so proud of and happy. Like, you know, we couldn't even orchestrate that. That's not because we're talented musicians. It's because it just happened that way, or, you know.
It's the magic.
It's the magic. This happened. So it's finding out how to make that happen again. And as far as the music and the sound, I would say that I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it.
What does this EP sound like?
I would say like it would be more as a stepping stone than where Pale Blue was. Pale Blue was like a introduction to who we are and kind of us figuring out our sound. I think that Dreamer is going to be the album that defines that sound and matures that sound. There, you know, in aspects of Go Back Home, I think that the song Blue that's in this album, that it kind of like reflects that. Like almost each song has kind of been a growth of this, you know, I see parallels between the two. And it's kind of just funny that it's 5 songs on 5 songs and they just have that parallel in my mind. I think it's noteworthy to say, like, there is always aspects that Cody brings and there's always aspects that I bring. And there was a moment writing this record that I was working on a song called Anymore, and I lost my mind. Like, I lost my temper completely, threw a guitar on the ground, damaged a friend's super expensive guitar. Like, I lost my mind. Like, and I called Cody and I was like, hey, I'm out. I'm done.
I remember that.
You remember that?
I remember that. I wasn't there for that, but I remember you talking about
Yeah.
how you had essentially, like, thrown in the towel.
Yeah, I was
the
done.
Guitar.
Oh, man. Yeah, that was a scary day.
And yeah, and I think that it's noteworthy to say because at that point I was done, I was out. I'm like, dude, I can't do this. It's unhealthy for me to be putting myself in a position to experience this and put myself through this all the time. And so I was like, you know what, it's not worth it. And so I'm out. And, you know, sense was talked into me through Cody and friends, and I jumped on back on it. But I remember initially I told Cody, I was like, look, man, you just write the music, like, and I'll just play. I'll be in your band. And there's a song called Deathbed that's on the album that has been really close to my heart, that I think Cody still thinks that I hate it, which is funny, but like I purposefully like stayed out of like the initial writing process of it. Like, Cody wrote the song beginning to finish. Like, all I did was record a couple extra parts on it, like add a little bit. Yeah. Like, it was all Cody. Cody wrote all the vocals, melodies, everything. And I think that I wanted to, at least just for me, like to highlight the difference and like the unique ability that we each have and what songs can become as different musicians and as artists and stuff. And I think that if we don't have a blank canvas each album, each time that we have an opportunity to like create and be ourselves and move around in that, then it's like, why are we being artists, classifying ourselves as artists? Like, we're not doing this to be constrained at all. Like, we're in this to create and be creative and to express. And I think that that's what art should be. Yeah.
Learning that is very hard.
Yeah.
Learning how to express your ideas and your thoughts, especially through music and sound, is a difficult task. And when you want somebody to express everything they can, but I also get to express everything I can, you have to make those two things fit together like a puzzle.
Right.
So, yeah, when that happened, I felt like, well, Matt, I want your input on this. I want you to make this song better. Yeah. But it was like he just said, just do it. You just do it. I trust you. And then there's moments where I've had to do the same thing, you know, and just step back and say like, Matt, I'm gonna let you drive this because this is something you need to do, you know, and that's something he kind of just decided to let happen as well. We went through a lot of fun stuff over the past year and a half, you know, to 2 years that have really fueled a lot of the thoughts and feelings that have went into these songs. So as we're trying to express something that we feel deep inside, there, you know, it's easy to kind of, you know, put both hands on it and you want it to be something specific. You're trying to mold this thing into like, this has my idea, it has to come to life, and I want people to see this. But you just have to step back and sometimes just let it happen the way it's going to happen.
Right.
So.
Right. Okay. Well, with that being said, what's your favorite song on the EP? 3, 2, 1.
Blue.
Saddle Up. I don't know.
I wanted to change my answer.
I know, immediately. I was like, I don't know.
Okay, all right, we'll do it again.
Ah, crap. Hold on.
3.
Can I?
2. Favorite song on the EP? 3, 2, 1.
Keys.
Blue? Keys? Blue Keys?
Blue Keys, yeah. I don't know.
Gosh, dang it.
They all seriously are so different. Each song is so different. Like,
okay, let me ask this then. Favorite song production-wise on the record, and then favorite song to play.
That's a much better question.
Oh, yeah. Production-wise first.
Yes.
What do you think?
No, are we doing a 1, 2, 3 thing or no?
No, you first.
Anymore, for sure. In my opinion, I think the drums sound the best on keys, and that's something that I always pay attention to. Just play, you know, being a drummer or whatever. But I think anymore, I love the way it sounds. To me, it sounds like, you know, when you want to make like a perfect song, and you want it to be like, you know, listenable, everybody to like it. You want it to have its dynamics. It's got, you know, fun parts and other parts. It just like feels like the best packaged song to me, and it has Matt wrote such awesome lyrics in that song that I'm just like, dude, this song is so cool. Yes. This was one of the first songs. Yes. This is probably the first song that I think that we started messing with on the acoustic, and Matt was just kind of sitting down. He started singing it, and I was like, oh, okay, I threw in a harmony. Let's kind of mess with it together. And from that, it became kind of the hook, the chorus, and then, you know, everything else got built around that. And this song we both poured a lot into together. So that's why I like this song a lot. It's hard to say a favorite, but definitely production value, I think, anymore is pretty awesome.
It's funny because I hate playing that one live.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it because it's heavy? It's like heavily
It's
produced?
hard to sing, man. Like, it's super hard, and it's really easy to be pitchy on it. Like, that chorus is so easy to be stinking pitchy. And
yeah.
like, I've seen videos of it already, and I'm like, what?
Nothing.
You guys done?
Yeah.
Good.
Anyways, me now. I'm just kidding. No, that one's so hard to play live. Anyways, my favorite one production-wise, like, that I've just been blown away by so far, like, just polished and well done, legit, was Saddle Up. Like, for sure. Yeah. Because, I mean, I don't know. It just sounds so, like, concise, you know, and just well, you know,
just
like,
straight to the point.
Just straight to the point. And it's really it's one of our more simple songs. Like, there's not very many effects changes. There's like some fancy stuff in the middle, but like it's really like straightforward. Like, click on overdrive and that's it. And so like I think that kind of gave a good room for like, actually there's a clean part in the I don't know, but it just sounded put together.
Actually, take it all back. I hate all
actually I hate everything. I quit again.
Saddle Up was an interesting is it not even gonna be Saddle Up?
Yeah, it's Saddle Up. The end. That's
okay.
Yep, we decided that now.
This song was a song that when I was first bought my interface and was learning how to record songs, and I just, something that I wrote after we had just got done putting together like the 5 songs for our first EP. So I was kind of really inspired by a lot of things that we were doing. And so I was in the studio and messed around with this, wrote a whole song. We gutted all the lyrics, changed a few like parts of the song, and now Matt it's just totally different than what it was. And it's so cool to see that work. It was hard. very hard to do. Very hard to do because Matt didn't like this song at first. You didn't like this song.
I didn't.
You still don't like that song. I don't like that song as much. It's better. It's much better now. But it was very hard to get there. That sucked.
It's our song, I feel like, at this point.
Yes.
Like, there's always this middle ground that we have to go to. And it's like, it's not one person's song. Like, I don't know.
That's cool, though. It's like, it's the balance of opposites, you know? It's that, like, yin and yang, I feel like, with you guys. It's, like, very defining of your sound.
Yeah.
You know, like, when I listen to songs by you guys, I can hear, like, Cody. Yeah. And I can hear Matt. Yeah. But together, I hear Elk Grove, you know? And that's like, the perfect image of, like, what your guys' music is. It's the coming together of, you know, these ideas, which aren't opposing. But they're definitely, like, different strengths and weaknesses to both of your sounds. And I think together, it's just one really strong package. Yeah. Which I really love. And, dude, you guys just talking about the tracks and everything, it, like, makes me so excited to hear it. Like, I better get a little sneak peek after this.
Maybe. We'll talk about it.
Will we? Or won't we?
What's up, guys? I'm David. Okay, all right. Unscripted, very natural. Hello.
Hi, we're Elk Grove.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Not yet. Hi, guys. This is Riverboy, and I'm here with Silent Planet. Hey, guys.
I'm sorry to that.
That's the worst intro ever.
Hey, we're Elk Grove. We're going to be answering some questions today.
And I'm going to be asking them. What's up, guys? I'm here hanging out with Elk Grove, and we're going to be talking about the new EP that they got coming out, along with some other stuff that they got. That was so redundant. Okay, but we're heading in a good direction. We're heading in a good direction.